I'm angry. I'm pissed off. I'm fed up with what's going on, and you should be as well. The LA riots happened within the last week. It did not need the National Guard. It did not need the Marines. Trump is trying to live out his wet dream of going after a blue city in a blue state against a governor he does not like. And Gavin Newsom has been the one politician that actually looks pissed off. Everybody treats this as if it's business as usual. And it's the furthest thing from, because there's this imaginary notion that this motherfucker has a mandate. It's the furthest thing from. You do not have a mandate to send the military, federalize it against U.S. citizens. But you say it's to liberate it because of all the illegals. You are just going after brown people because your bald little peewee German fascist buddy, Stephen Miller, doesn't like the fact that they're not arresting enough people. So they upped it from 1,200 to 3,000. If you were actually going after criminals, violent criminals, you would have gone through that in a week. So now you're just helping him live out his wet dream of getting rid of brown people in this country. That's being a fascist, and it's being authoritarian. And when the bimbo Barbie cosplaying an ICE agent herself has a press conference, Senator Alex Padilla is demanding answers and is trying to ask a question, and you have Secret Service, FBI, the works, handcuff him. Handcuff him. Take him out into the hallway. Throw him to the ground and handcuff him. And he was being disruptive and he was lunging at Kristi Noem. Bull fucking shit. You can watch the video. He's not within 10 inches of that woman. And he repeatedly, because that's the other thing they said, that he didn't identify himself. He repeatedly says, I am Senator Alex Padilla, and I have a question, Secretary Noem. And it didn't matter. And they wanted to call it a stunt. And the fucking little weasel, Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, said he should be tarred and feathered. I don't remember any aides or any Secret Service, FBI, law enforcement in general. I don't remember them doing that to Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene when they were being disruptive during Biden's State of the Union address. It's well within their rights to be obnoxious, but they weren't thrown to the ground. They didn't have cuffs thrown on them. So once again, there's a double standard. And now the fascist pile of shit is going to have a military parade for his birthday. $45 million. $45 million is what this thing is going to cost. Our tax dollars is going to this faux military parade because he's going to get his willy hard with that. So many people are going to be under his wing celebrating his birthday. Oh, but it's for the military. They would never do this. They've never done this at any time in history. We have allowed this to be normalized, and it's the furthest thing from, are we Russia? Are we North Korea? Are we Germany? What are we? Watch that clip of all those soldiers marching through the streets getting ready for tomorrow. This is not the America that I grew up in. This is not the America that I was taught and how we were so great. This is authoritarian. This is a dictatorship. This is fascism. And everybody needs to call it out for what it is. Now, silver lining, it's supposed to downpour tomorrow. It's supposed to rain like a son of a bitch. So literally, hopefully somebody rains on his parade, and it's going to come from Mother Nature. But if there's a moment of time where he actually is going to go along with this, it is going to be the most damning visual I've ever seen. It's going to make his shriveled up little mushroom dick just stand at full attention that he actually gets to have a birthday. Tom Nichols, he did an interview on the Bulwark, talked about this. This has been the point of his second term. He was told no so many times in his first term. Everybody said, no, we're not going to have the military shoot protesters at Lafayette Square. No, we're not going to have a military parade. Now he has all the yes men around him. Nobody's going to tell him no. This is despicable. It is un-American. And especially in the Senate, every senator should be appalled by this. Now, apparently, there's only going to be 6 senators that are going to be at this catastrophe, this dictatorial move on Donnie's part. Any Republican voter, any independent, or anybody that has any self-respect or has respect for this country should be outraged. And anybody in any of the chambers that goes to this thing tomorrow should call them up and let them know how you feel. But better yet, use your political bully power and vote them out whenever their time for vote is there. And this is the same guy that did a rally, if you will, at Fort Bragg. And he went after California, the fake news, Gavin Newsom, and you had right behind him, you had a bunch of soldiers cheer. It was a chilling, despicable, disgusting moment. And anybody that was behind him, you all should resign. You all should be dishonorably discharged. Now, it has come out that they vetted a lot of people and said, who'd you vote for? Are you for Trump? Did you vote for Trump? Are you against Democrats? That's what they did. They just filled with a bunch of MAGA chuds in uniform. And supposedly the mark was no fats, no Dems. That's where we're at, folks. The one element that is supposed to be nonpartisan, that is supposed to give their allegiance to the Constitution, not to a man. They cheered. And we're being sold merch from this piece of shit. That goes against every ethical thing that is good about the military. Supposedly, somebody, Hegseth, overruled the leaders of that of Fort Bragg and said, like, no, we're going to sell merch. That's despicable. That's deplorable. We need the current personnel to speak out. We need Milley, Kelly, anybody that gives a flying fuck about the military or a flying fuck about this country. You need to speak up. Assholes like me, I can bitch and moan all I want. I'm just expressing my opinion. But the real people that have some weight behind them, some leverage, you need to speak out about this. You need to speak up about this right now. Now is the time. This is utter nonsense. It's utter bullshit. But again, it's fascism. It's authoritarian. This is a nightmare. Too many people are staying quiet in the House and the Senate, current military, ex military. More and more people need to come out and speak against this. Now, for anybody that is going to the No Kings protest tomorrow, have your voice be heard, but be respectful, be peaceful. We don't need to give this motherfucker an inch because that's what he wants. He can do his little parade wet dream in D.C. Don't anybody go to D.C. But collectively, across the country, we need to give the best figurative middle finger to this fascist, traitorous piece of shit. Good luck, America.